broadcast had gone out. The gates had closed. The oppressive weight of Athelgard that had been hanging over the Iron Orchid for weeks had finally, definitively lifted. That night, the crew gathered around the roaring bonfire in the clearing beside the river. The sky above Eloris was clear and glittering with unfamiliar stars, the air crisp and smelling of pine. The kids, all 12 of them, were sitting on logs, wrapped in thick blankets, laughing and eating the absolute last of Jake's secret stash of good food. The tension and terror of the Umbrix facility were fading fast, replaced by the chaotic, joyful energy of children who finally felt safe. Amara sat on a log next to Finn, nursing a glass of whiskey and ginger. She watched the kids demolish a plate of real sausages, a fond, tired smile touching her lips. "We're going to need another shopping trip soon," Amara remarked, leaning her head against Finn's shoulder. "The kids need proper clothes that actually fit them, and we're going to burn through our field rations in a week at this rate. We could do with a lot more supplies." Ellie, who was sitting across the fire, perked up. She swallowed a bite of sausage and looked at Amara, her dark eyes shining in the firelight. "Where do you want to go?" Ellie asked simply. Amara blinked, momentarily confused. She opened her mouth to suggest a nearby free trader outpost, but the words died in her throat as the realization hit her. Finn let out a loud, booming laugh, slapping his knee. "Of course," he grinned, looking around the fire. "We can go anywhere." Tess, who had been quietly poking at the embers with a stick, suddenly sat up, her eyes wide with excitement. She looked at the captain. "Amara, remember that time we dressed up and went to Marcel's on Lexington? We couldn't afford a single thing, but that place was amazing. The food, the clothes, the jewelry." Amara's eyes lit up at the memory. Marcel's was the most exclusive, heavily guarded, ludicrously expensive corporate promenade in the galaxy. "Tess, we couldn't even afford to breathe the recycled air in that place." "We don't need credits," Tess pointed out, with a devious grin. "We have a very helpful crew." Finn chuckled again, shaking his head in disbelief. Across the fire, Raffi was showing James how to sharpen a stick with a combat knife. "Where would you like to go, Raff?" Finn asked. Raffi didn't even hesitate. "I know of one of the best weapon stores in any system, out near the Perseus Arm. I could do with a few new toys. The selection is unparalleled." Doc adjusted his glasses, looking around at the sudden, plotting energy of the crew. He couldn't help but smile. "Well, if we make sure we go shopping when the store is closed at night, we can be in and out before security knows what's happening." "A zero-footprint grocery run," Jake chuckled, tossing another log onto the fire. "I like the sound of that." Finn sat back, looking at the faces of his crew and the children they had saved. Leon wasn't here to see it, but Finn knew his brother would have absolutely loved this. They had a fast ship, a loyal crew, and the entire universe at their fingertips. He raised his glass toward the fire. "To Void Runners," Finn said softly. "To Void Runners," the crew echoed, raising their mugs into the cool night air.